Sabrina says, you need all this money to enforce this change, and comes the wisdom of Kabbalah, and says, once you get in the flow, instead of flowing against the river, if you flow along with the river, and then you start getting this positive feedback from the system. I wish we could. I feel like we're right at the wall on this here. I want to crack it open, because we don't think, and we don't take into consideration this force that's moving humanity forwards.
But I would like to say to Sabrina that she's right in a way, that we need to emphasize here to all our viewers that the wisdom of Kabbalah is both, deals with the upper worlds and so forth, with spiritual development, but it has two legs on the ground, boots on the ground, as you said before. I mean, the future model of economics is not people that are, living like in the upper worlds, and they are clueless about making ends meet, about management, about how to actually maintain a working modern society which has all the basic needs and more. No, you have to do both as well. I mean, the futuristic economic model by the wisdom of Kabbalah is by no means something which is detached from reality, from the corporeal reality. On the contrary, we will make sure that the best technology is here for all of us, and doesn't kept with the patents and and so forth. We will make sure that every resource is actually distributed and is put into good use, and not becomes scarce because the interests are interested in keeping it scarce, because they want to keep the price high and so forth. So Kabbalistics are very realistic people as well.
How do the Kabbalists explain that we'll be able to be fulfilled in the new world? Because if I invent some some drug, and I can get $500 per pill, why would I sell it for $20 a pill? So how are we going to all change so that everybody feels fulfilled in this new world? What is
And let me add to it. You promised us pleasure and profits. So
pay up, my friend.
Listen, guys, you heard of the opioid crisis, opioid epidemic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Now, this has killed tens of thousands of Americans each and every year for the last couple of years. It is one of the reasons that the life expectancy in the U.S. Is actually in decline for the last couple of years, instead of and all the Western world it's upwards, and in America it's in decline. And if you look at the families that are the owners of the drug companies which made those opioids, and which have cooperated with the doctors in order to make profits out of human misery, they get nothing but disdain. And right now they're even paying high fines, but especially disdain. They are like banned. It's like what's the proper word?
Ostracized or
shaming. It's like a public shaming.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's like public shaming. And on the contrary, if you invent a drug which can enable people to live better lives, or maybe even get rid of the COVID-19, even though I think this is not the purpose. The COVID will stay with us until we conclude what we need to conclude from this very special situation. But let's say you invent something which can be worth millions, but instead of making a profit and over the back of others, you actually share your patent, share your idea, share your product with others, not giving it away for free. Don't fund anything, but sell it in the price it costs you to develop and produce it. No more, no less. Okay? If you do that, you're helping the society, and the rewards, the feedback you will get is much, much significant.
Everyone looks at you like a hero, and you're the greatest, and they want to hear from you and know from you. And
you're egoistic, and you like this feeling, and this feeling cannot be bought with money. At least not on a regular basis.
So the one who gives becomes the hero. The best one in society is the one who gives.
And that would be like what you said earlier, a way to direct or redirect our ego to a way that actually benefits all of us rather than, you know, it perpetuates this survival chase for survival that we're in.
Exactly.